looks to be a pretty nice day here in Washington, where temperatures will rise out of the 30s and eventually get up into the 60s. We're talking temperatures nearly 10 degrees above average, but things will change as we head into the week ahead.
This morning on DC News Now, restrictions on using the Potomac River could soon be lifted. When that could happen and what testing will look like moving forward. Plus, detecting weapons at schools in Montgomery County. The details about the new program using AI and its time frame. And frustrations mount over rising energy bills. We're learning more on the difficulty it's creating for people living in the district.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. It is 7 o'clock on this Saturday, February 28th. It is the last day of the month. We made it to the end. We are also ending the month relatively nice. I'm talking about our weather. Let's head on outside right now with a live look over the National Cathedral. Looking beautiful as the sun has come up with the glow over the cathedral. That thing
Very
on the
angelic.
bottom says a warm Saturday. So meteorologist Derek Bowen is here. And I believe I heard you say we get close to 60.
Yeah, we're looking at a high temperature today of 63 degrees. That's nearly 10 degrees above the average as we head into your weather today. We're looking at temperatures currently at around 36 this morning, but we will warm up to 63 as we head later on this afternoon. But look at temperatures back off towards the center part of the country, the north and center part of the country, where we're seeing in Lincoln, we're seeing temperatures in the Dakotas into the 20s as well as the teens. Likewise for Minneapolis, St. Paul, we're looking at temperatures at around 18. We have a cold front that is making its way into our area. While we'll see those warm temperatures today, we'll have cooler temperatures to come as we head in towards your Monday. And of course, winter returns briefly on Tuesday. There's that cold front that is pushing through the area right now. It's along the Ohio River Valley at the current moment. Do have a few clouds back off towards the west, but it looks like we're going to see a good bit of sunshine today. And as we head in towards the night, it looks like those clouds will come late as we head in towards your early portions of Sunday. Sunday, we may have a few sprinkles here and there. You can also notice a little bit of snowfall between Minneapolis going into the southern portions of Minnesota, going up into the Dakotas. Not adding much to them, but we could see some light wintry precipitation as we head late Monday night in towards your Tuesday. Temperatures as we head in towards your day tomorrow, they'll be around 50, relatively close to average for this time of year before temperatures begin to drop back below average as we move into your day Monday.
All right, Derek, thank you. It is 7:02 on this Saturday. Breaking news this morning. The United States launched what the president calls a major combat operation in Iran overnight. President Trump made that announcement on his Truth Social page at 2:30 this morning. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has more on what we're learning about the scope of this operation.
The video from President Trump is just over 8 minutes long. In it, he lays out the United States' objective for attacking Iran and warns there may be U.S. casualties.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
Smoke began rising over Tehran shortly after President Donald Trump announced the U.S. launched a mission to take down the Iranian regime.
To prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests.
In an early Saturday morning video, President Trump delivered a warning and a mission to the Iranian people.
I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
The White House has signaled for days a military strike could be imminent to prevent Iran from developing nuclear weapons. Top White House and Iranian negotiators held direct talks in Geneva on Thursday, but did not reach a deal.
They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore.
U.S. forces have built up their presence in the region in recent weeks. Israel joined the United States Saturday morning in Operation Epic Fury, which the president described as ongoing and as war. Iran is now responding, saying it won't hesitate to defend the homeland. U.S. embassies in the Middle East are now warning Americans in the region to shelter in place as the operation against Iran is just beginning. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson, back to you.
Rashad, thank you. Bahrain says U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters have been targeted by a missile attack. Back here in the country, protests are expected in cities across the country in opposition of a new war with Iran. Coming up on 7:05, restrictions on using the Potomac River are expected to be lifted Monday in D.C. It comes since nearly 250 million gallons of sewage emptied into the river over a month ago. A collapsed D.C. water sewer pipe in Maryland causing that disaster. Our Daniel Hamburg has more.
The health of the Potomac River is continuing to improve after the January 19th collapse of the Potomac Interceptor. Evan Quinter is the volunteer and water quality coordinator for the Potomac Riverkeeper Network.
At the actual sewage site, the bacteria levels are still very high, so of course please nobody go right at the sewage site. But as we move downstream, the bacteria levels get much more manageable and much safer.
DC Water has been doing daily testing, but the DC Department of Energy and Environment has only been doing weekly testing. That will change Monday as DOEE tests daily for E. coli in the Potomac and Anacostia rivers.
With that federal support that's now being offered, we feel like we can have a good long stretch to understand, is there any new condition to the river that we need to be paying attention to? We know that it's below the recreational threshold.
DC Health Director Ayanna Bennett says DC has had normal levels for the last 3 weeks. Quinter says daily testing should have come sooner, but is comfortable with the advisory being lifted.
We're hopeful that the testing will include not just E. coli bacteria, but also testing for nutrient loads and sediment testing and watching out for potential environmental impacts that could be coming down the road.
That was our Daniel Hamburg reporting. DC Health says daily testing is expected to continue for 6 to 8 weeks. They're allowing recreation on the water just in DC. Maryland and Virginia have not rescinded their warnings yet. In Maryland, one person taken to the hospital after this Friday night explosion in Calverton. Prince George's County firefighters responded to reports of an explosion just after 10 p.m. They say it was near Powder Mill and Cherry Hill Road. Crews say the explosion was caused by a gas leak that sparked a downed power line. The investigation continues. Top D.C. officials seem to be at odds over the future of the city's tax season and revenue gains. D.C. Attorney General issued an opinion stating the city's decision to separate its local taxes from federal taxes should stand. But in a revenue report issued by CFO Glenn Lee, that says something else. D.C.'s AG believes Congress acted too late to stop the separation, meaning D.C. government could collect an additional $180 million in fiscal year 26. The city's CFO revenue report says he does not include any of that revenue, noting the uncertainty around congressional action. Mayor Muriel Bowser now demanding answers. In a letter, Bowser requests clarification on how Lee plans to apply D.C. tax law by March and if he plans to change the April 15 tax deadline, which he is yet to do. D.C. News Now has reached out to the CFO's office and we're waiting for a response. After a violent street takeover in Silver Spring, Montgomery County Fraternal Order of Police is calling on state lawmakers to take action. Union leaders want stricter laws to stop drivers from participating in these dangerous gatherings. Police say the takeover happened near East West Highway and Connecticut Avenue. Dozens of drivers blocked intersections and performed donuts. During the chaos, 2 marked Montgomery County police cruisers were vandalized, one with an officer still inside. Union representatives say the incident highlights a growing public safety concern and a need for tougher consequences.
Stricter laws that prevent and really deter people from wanting to participate in these street takeovers. They're dangerous for everyone, motorists, those participating in them, police officers, the community.
DC News Now reached out to Maryland lawmakers representing Montgomery County for comment, but have not heard back yet. Meanwhile, Montgomery County Police offering a reward for information that leads to arrests. And still in Montgomery County Public Schools rolling out a new pilot program to boost security. It's using AI weapon detectors technology. This is what that system looks like. Installation had been planned for a while, but it also comes on the heels of a student being shot at Wootton High School and following several other safety concerns across that school district. Our Yamari Sase reports on the feature that rolls out Monday.
It gets a little bit better, but it's certainly going to take time.
Adam Van Grack is a Rockville City Council member and parent of a Wootton High School student, where just 2 weeks ago, a teen shot another student. Van Grack said since the shooting, students are still trying to get back into a normal routine.
There's no question that Montgomery County has got to do a better job with security. So every step they take in that direction is right.
Starting Monday, Montgomery County Public Schools will launch its AI weapon detector pilot program at Bethesda Chevy Chase, Magruder, and Seneca Valley High Schools. The technology comes from Vault AI. CEO Dmitry Sokolowski says the system uses cameras that are already installed inside schools. If someone pulls out a weapon, the system immediately sends an alert to school officials.
Basically have a set of hands that can help, or set of eyes that can help identify critical situations.
Parents tell me they're open to seeing how this will all work, but says school safety requires more than just technology, like more mental health resources.
When kids have a safe person to go to, and when people have their eyes open to the bullying that is going on within the school community, that is what I think would be a big help.
And they say school resource officers should be brought back.
I don't think that could be nearly as helpful as bringing back the school resource officers.
That was our Yamari Sase reporting. The pilot program set to last for 1 month. Volt AI says the system strictly uses cameras that are already installed. That means there'll be no metal detectors or additional screening that could slow students down as they enter the building. All right, before we head to break, let's send things over to meteorologist Derek Bowen to talk about what today's going to feel like.
Spring vibes are in store for your weather today. Temperatures are getting up into the 60s. We're sitting at temperatures into the 30s right now, but beautiful sunshine's about. We have nice southerly breeze at 3 miles per hour. That's going to bring up all that warm air into our region today, but we also have a cold front back off towards the west as well. But we're going to see nice and clear skies throughout most of the day. Temperatures getting up into the 40s by 9 o'clock. By 1 p.m. this afternoon, we're talking about temperatures in the 60s. That's lasting all the way towards sunset tonight, and things will be quite beautiful all in all. We're going to see temperatures nearly 10 degrees warmer than average for today. We'll have temperatures closer to average tomorrow.
All right, Derek, we like the sound of that. Thank you. Still